I don't like losing. We should gather more reinforcements and strike at Kuda.
I'd like to, but stopping Vloxx is still the priority, and Kuda'nın Inquest have the advantage for the time being.
At least they're withdrawing from some of these ruins. She obviously has different priorities than Vloxx.
If it makes you feel better, Ridlock, I expect we'll have no choice but to settle the score with Kuda at some point.
Commander! Are you prepared to begin the ritual?
I'll be right there, Historian. If this ritual succeeds, at least we can salvage something from these setbacks.
Do we really need that wizard?
Given how things have gone while he's been cursed, it seems like we do.
The scroll you discovered was invaluable. With that as my guide, I was able to piece the rest of the rite together. Thanks to the success of your allies against the Allseer, Keela and Gwillian are freed and present. The rite is ready. Let's hope this has the desired effect. Let the burden of bitterness, the curse of Sidony, be lifted. Isgarren in joyous company, together in Castora. Servant of Tyria, he forgoes perfection. May his reputation be restored. His position freely given, his perception sharpened. This eternal grudge lifts from him. Who stands at the gate, who volunteers to watch over all. Standing above the ground, watching, ever waiting. Isgarren, the father, rejoices, back straightened by determination. The weight of the sky he will carry, this solitude ceased, finite. the seer of all stands conquered. The heavy sky shall oppress him no more. So speaks Minna. So it is written. So it will be done.
That it then?
I expected something a bit more grand.
I don't know. Maybe we need to try again?
Wayfinder and friends. My power begins to return, and I have all of you to thank.
Go right ahead then, wizard.
What?
Thank us.
Thank you, Tribune, Wayfinder, Captain Canuck.
You're quite welcome, Isgarren.
This is making me uncomfortable. I think I like you better when you're surly.
Surly does not begin to scratch the surface. Sayesinde sought to protect Castora from me, rightfully so, perhaps. But this is a different time. A different battle.
Vloxx said he's going to reforge the foundation of reality. One change, he said.
One change? No. I have seen what Vloxx now sees, trod the paths Vloxx will surely tread. It is a road beset with perils, with temptation, with consequences beyond anything you can imagine. It always begins with one change. But that path has no end.
Commander!
Ludo!
Ah, yes. The fog shrouding Castora begins to clear. Communications are...
Commander! Is this a bad time? I've tried calling over and...
Ludo, what do you know about the Arcane Council's involvement with Vloxx?
What are you getting at, Commander? Speak plainly.
Vloxx had permission from the Arcane Council itself. I saw it. How did you not know about this? You didn't know, right?
What? No! What?
Now Vloxx's power rivals Isgarren's, and Kuda'n's taken over the Inquest.
No shifty two-faced... Tell me everything. No, wait, no time. If I can talk to you, they can talk to Vloxx. Kuda? I need to gather evidence immediately before they cover their tracks. Oh, they will not get away with this.
I had my doubts, but it worked. It was a collaborative effort. After you discovered it, Isgarren assisted me in translating Sayestinde's curse. Under normal circumstances, that would be a menial task for him. But the curse fought him, tooth and claw. Once we had the translation, I attempted to reverse engineer a counter to the curse. I was skeptical. I am a historian, not a spellcrafter. But Isgarren believed it could be successful. He was correct. I still do not understand Sayestinde's naming of Isgarren as the father. Isgarren claims it was used as a pejorative. I kept it, relying on its positive connotations to negate the insult. This is not my realm of expertise, but it does seem so. The All-Seer, the great statue infused with the, will, for lack of a better term. The will of seers who willingly gave their lives, let's say. Its function was to control the seneschals. Perhaps you saw the chain-like magic affect them, yes? That, influenced the seneschals to protect Castora. This is my theory, anyway. I've yet to run it by Isgarren. I've noticed he is often not forthcoming with such details. Whether that's because he is secretive by nature or simply hiding his ignorance, I couldn't say. Yes. And no. I think so. The All-Seer had to be defeated, from my understanding of the curse. Whether the seneschals being freed was a requirement or a side effect is a question we might never know the answer to. I, for one, am pleased to see them freed. They are friendly, but still quite protective of this land. I can see why, in desperation, the seers use them as guardians in their absence.
My mind clears. Finally. No, but I expect it will not be long. Again, I offer my thanks. Since landing on Castora, I've felt increasingly out of sorts. Being forced to rely on all of you without access to all of my power, I've felt almost helpless. Mortal, I suppose. It is a disturbing feeling. Yet perhaps it has also provided me with some overdue perspective. He has proven his sincerity, as well as his dedication to his beliefs. He has witnessed the full depth and breadth of the obstacles that plague existence in Tyria and beyond. And he has the unshakable conviction that what he does is for the greater good. There are few things I truly fear. I fear what will remain of Tyria if Vloxx succeeds. We must glean all the information available. If we cannot track Vloxx himself, we must keep a close watch on Kuda. We must know what the Inquest knows, what the Council knows. We must leave no stone unturned. And if we are still unable to predict his movements, we must react swiftly. We cannot afford to lose another chase.
We came up short, not for lack of trying. Like old times, eh? If only it hadn't required so many ingredients. Not easy counteracting that blend of tech and magic. But it felt good to be in the thick of it. I've grown complacent of late. It's taken this Vloxx affair for me to realize that. You get it already, though, don't you? Anyone who has ever wanted to do good in the world would understand. Remember what it's like to be a normal person, trying to make things better? You're constantly faced with problems that keep coming back, problems you feel helpless against. You either deal with the small things and end up treading water, or you try to solve the big ones and realize you can't. Every one of us has dreamed about what we would do if we could, though. How we'd solve everything. Of course, if we tried, it would never work, because we can't see all the pieces. Omnipotence doesn't guarantee omniscience. And there isn't always a single right answer. That's the thing about this kind of power, Commander. It's just as dangerous in the hands of those who want to do good. I'm going back to the pub, but not for the reasons you likely assume. Yes, I will have a drink, but while I'm doing that, I need to have a good think about my priorities. Wealth and pleasure are fine pursuits, but I find myself yearning for more purpose.
I don't like unfinished business, Commander. Kuda's out there strutting around with all those Inquest at her command. Nothing I can do about it. I can't even guess what Vloxx will do next. If that's anybody's department, it's Isgarren's. I'm starting to wonder why I'm here. Told myself I was just getting antsy. But it has to be more than that, and I mean to find out. Can't say the old windbag isn't useful. We've done everything we can to help you. But Saida, Kanak, and me, we aren't wizards. Better personalities, though. He does seem genuinely grateful. Almost as surprising as Vloxx not ascending any other Inquest. Maybe they're not so different, Isgarren and Vloxx. Huh. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'll check in with Kree, but otherwise I'm not budging. If the wizard gets a beat on Vloxx, if Kuda leaves an opening, whatever happens, I'm going to be a part of it. I know something's gonna happen. I can smell it.
Well, at least Isgarren is back to his old self. Kind of. So many ramifications, right? The fog and storms lifting changes everything for Castora. Communications, waypoints, trade. They aren't equipped to deal with all of it. Also, Isgarren's power returning means he can help you in ways the rest of us couldn't. And did I just see Westergaard beating a seneschal? I hope Ludo can dig up some evidence before there's a cover-up, if there isn't already. I wonder if they even know that Vloxx betrayed them and Kuda's in charge. If not, likely they will very soon. Honestly, I'd love to be there when she calls the conspirators to question. Gods, I am starting to sound like an actual politician. I'm torn. With the curse gone and travel becoming easier, part of me wants to make a quick visit back to the mainland. But we don't know what's going to happen next with Vloxx. Or Kuda. And I'm sure the Hullgunners could use some help preparing for an influx of outsiders. They're in a vulnerable position. Then there's the Captain's Council. I don't know. But I'll be ready if you need me.
Commander, you and your people have been awful busy, haven't you? Hounding Inquest, breaking curses, freeing monsters?
Osborne, Keela's not a monster. I won't hear it.
You even got Westergaard here turning into a regular Wavehawk Pete the way she's taking to that crab.
I'm warning you, Mayor. Don't think I won't toss you right into the bay like I wanted to with the commander here.
For better or worse, yeah. Mostly better, I have to think. But it's going to be a huge change for Hullgarden. Without the fog and the storms, we could have a real trade route. I'll have to talk to your Captain Saida about that. How do you like the sound of Port Hullgarden? Your people tell us this will make waypoint construction simpler too. Survival here is about to get a lot easier. Whether we can hang on to what makes Hullgarden Hullgarden, that remains to be seen.
I was itching to slay both of those beasts. I was wrong about them. I'm not too big to admit that. The Seers chose them for a reason. Noble creatures, fierce. And I think they care about this land. More than us, maybe. Now that they're free from Seer control, I think we can work together. Tend to the land. Protect it. Pete called it symbiosis, I think. Pete does a lot of things. He's, cute. That depends on whether the Inquest are leaving Castora. If they are, guess I'll be tending to Keela and Gwillian. But if the Inquest think they're staying here, well, you might not be able to get rid of me just yet.
Oh, I've been gone long enough, and I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot more Marion that'll need doing now. Tell Saida I could use her advice about that port idea. Here she's getting into politics, too. Plenty to discuss.
Lend me your daring heart.